Hey guys, welcome to Kitaholic Kits YouTube channel. It's Corinne here today and I'm bringing you a 12 by 12 layout with November's kits. Getting straight into it, I am using a black piece of paper for black piece of cardstock for the background. This was a design team challenge issued by Steph for this month to use a dark coloured background. And since she told me that, I've had this kind of design in mind. I wasn't going to use the blue to start with. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I was just going to use picked raspberry. But when I was going through my through my stash, I realised I didn't have picked raspberry yet. So this is worn lipstick, and then I pulled out broken china as well because I figured I could use both colours. So as you can see, I just got a ink blender tool and rubbed it through the stencil, and now I'm just doing the packaging technique with the leftover packaging from the stencil, and I'm just using some oxide ink to do that with as well. I dried it and the pink turned out very white and chalky, so I just decided to go back over and blend some more pink ink onto there because I wanted the pink to actually pop off the background. So I'm just doing that, and then I'm going to use some of that purple texture paste. Probably could have skipped this. You can't see it all that much now that it's dry and everything, but that's alright. You know, it adds to the background whether you can see it or not really. Sorry if you can hear that coughing in the background. That's my daughter. She's supposed to be sleeping. And my stupid cat is purring his head off. So now I'm just going through the 12 by 12 paper. I'm just trying to find a paper to back my photo with. I don't want to use too many layers because I want that background, you know, all that mixed media to be seen fairly well. So I think I didn't mind this paper, but I don't go with it. Oh wait, I do go with this one. I just like the subtle flowers behind the photo. This photo I took a couple of weeks ago. It's of my cat, Moffy, and my daughter, Georgie, and Moffy likes to follow us to the park. So does our other cat, Diego. If we go for a walk, they will come with us, and sometimes we have to lock them in the house if we don't want them to come. We don't use leads or anything though, they just walk with us. They're pretty good. So I'm just going to find another layer now. I'm just trying to find another layer, and I really like that pink. Because I wanted the pink to really stand out on this layout. But in the end, I don't choose that one. So I couldn't make up my mind between this beautiful blue navy piece and that pink one, so I just put them aside and I eventually picked this one. Even though I keep looking and everything, I do come back to that piece of paper there. So I make a bigger layer with this piece of paper. You can't see a lot of it, but that's alright. I just like the way that it draws attention to the photo, I suppose. Now when you've used mixed media on your background, you need to remember that normal double-sided tape will not work. So I do glue everything down with my liquid glue, which works good. And as you can see, I use the Scotch tacky glue. So I was just going through the frames because there's so many in this kit, so I was trying to use some up. But I decided against it, and this piece of offcut fell out and kind of just worked. So that's where it ends up. And same with this half doily that I've got as well. And it's really funny. I like how that looks. I do try and balance it off at the top with another piece, but it just doesn't work, whether it's too fat, that piece, or not. But that's alright, I didn't cut it down or anything. So, yes, now I start going through the ephemera. There's all these beautiful florals in this kit this month, and I can't make up my mind which ones to use, but I try to pink. I try to pick some of the pinker ones. I didn't want to add any of the Indigo Hills ones because they had yellow and stuff in, and I just wanted to stick with the pinks and blue colours that were already in the layout. So as you can see, I'm just going through. Now I've picked out a few things. I know, the basis of what I want to use. So this was a fairly quick layout for me. I just pick these things out, and sometimes this happens when I have a layout in my head. Honestly, didn't know if it was going to work. I wasn't going to do the packaging technique to start with. I kind of just added that last minute because I just like the way that the oxides pop off black cardstock. They just stand out so well. So I've picked out some florals now, as you can see, and I've gone with that little camera, and I'm just pretty much just going through the kit and finding little wordy things now that will work, and some of the chipboard and everything. I won't go with that piece of chipboard up the top that's got words on it. Can't remember what it says, but I will add a chipboard heart up there, and I'll add some other stuff as well. So it's only a week, well, not even a week, a couple of days to go until the December release. Only a couple of days until December starts, so going to have to get my butt into gear and get December Daily ready, I suppose. This year I'm not making a dedicated album for it. Last year I didn't either. I ran out of time last year. There was some family stuff going on, and wasn't in the best of spirits. My partner was away for a week just before Christmas, and I just didn't have the time. My daughter was also doing some dyslexia remedial therapy, and that was really full on for 10 days. I just didn't have the time to do it. So I did do it eventually, and I just documented it in my Project Life, like I normally would Project Life. So the reason I'm doing that again this year, or I plan to do that again this year, is because doing Project Life this year, I have only I'm up to week 36 or something, week 37, and I've only just filled one 12 by 12 album. So if I do the rest of the year, or the rest of the weeks in another album, I'm not going to fill it unless I do December Daily in that album. And let's get serious. Space is really important in a album. One, albums are really expensive. Two, I don't have a lot of room to be storing all of my albums, so I kind of have to be a bit space conservative, I suppose you could say. So that's the plan, just to save, space and whatever. There's no point having half an album full. I know I could fill it with 12 by 12s, I suppose, but I'm quite happy to do December Daily in that, and just use all my Christmas stuff and whatever else. See, the problem is that I do December Daily kind of like I do Project Life. I don't do stories. I'm not a very good storyteller. never have been, wouldn't know how to do it. I love the idea, but I just can't get my head around it. So instead, I couldn't find 12 things to write about, 24 or more things to write about, because usually I document until New Year's. I don't stop at at Christmas Day or anything, because we do lots of things after Christmas as well. But yeah, I don't do stories. I wouldn't know how to document them. I'm just not very good at storytelling. I'm sorry I lost track of this, but I'm almost finished. I'm just putting the title on, and I will call it My Loves. So I hope that you have enjoyed watching this layout. I didn't cut much out this time. I wanted to leave it in. It was a quick layout for me anyway. I think it took 45 minutes from start to finish, so I didn't edit out too much for you. But I'm just finishing up this, and I'll add some enamel dots off screen, but you will be able to see everything in the still photos after the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.